Hi guys, today I am going to be talking a little bit about body language in dogs. So we're going to be primarily talking about nervous and over alert body language, things to look out for that could cause issues. A lot of times we are looking for our dogs to vocalize that they have a problem, such as growling or barking. But a lot of dogs don't do that. They use body language to communicate a lot of times, which means that if a dog bites or snaps at you, a lot of times it can feel out of the blue if you don't know what you're looking for. So we'll go over a little bit of the body language today. One of the first things to look out for if you have a reactive dog is going to be stiffness. So if you're walking your dog, these are their ears, this is their mouth. A lot of times they're panting as they go. If they see another dog, oftentimes they will close their mouth, they will lean forward, their whole body will stiffen, their ears will go forward, and they'll fixate. That's the body language that we want to redirect. We want to get them away from that staring. That's generally not a positive body language to have. Their eyes will get fixated, their mouth will close. A lot of times you'll see tension, like lines around the edge of their mouth. Any of those things we want to look out for. Sometimes you'll also see that with them looking at people, but a lot of times it's when they see squirrels or other dogs. Watching your dog's body language on a walk will be really informative for you. The ears will go up. A lot of times you'll see wrinkles in the forehead appear in between the ears. As far as nervous body language, a lot of times what you'll see is lip licking. So you'll see them lick the tip of their nose. Sometimes you'll see Taz just did a little yawn. So a little bit of lip licking there. So you can see, thank you. You can see a little bit of a wide eye and a little bit more tension around his mouth. I don't want you guys to do this to your dog, but just so that you can have a little bit of a demonstration. Lots of lip licking tends to be a lower sign of stress, and it can be a little bit of an appeasement when he's doing it closer to my face. But you'll see a whale eye with dogs when they're nervous, so their eyes will get very wide. You'll see a lot more white around their eye. You can also see side eye, which is where the dog turns away, but then their eyes orient back to you. That's a warning. For most dogs, it means like, you're on my last nerve. Don't do it anymore. Again, with dogs who are nervous, you'll see that stiffening. Sometimes they hold their breath. Their pupils will dilate. You'll see tension around their mouth again. Their ears might get pushed forward or back. It could go one way or another. So watch your dog. Every dog is going to present a little bit differently. You'll also see yawning a bit with dogs who are nervous. Yawning and shaking off is often what you'll see, especially when the interaction is coming towards an end. We want to take note of these behaviors. When do they happen? Do they happen when there's loud noises, when there are people coming over, when a package is getting dropped off? The more you pay attention to your dog, the more you'll be able to notice their specific body language. Every dog has different body language. Some communicate a lot with their eyes. Some, it's really just in their mouth. You'll see that tension around their mouth. Some use their ears a little bit more. Some you have to watch their whole body and watch if their body is stiffening, if they're holding their breath. If a dog is happy, generally their whole body will be nice and loose. So that one's not particularly hard to see. But if people come over and your dog's nice and loose and wiggly, generally their tail will be really wiggly too. That's a great sign to see, that you know that your dog's nice and happy. Watch the tail. A lot of people think if the tail is wagging, that's a good sign. Again, if the tail's wagging and it's nice and loose and goofy, fantastic. If it's helicoptering around and they're really excited, that's fantastic. But if your dog's tail is up and it's waving in really sharp, fast motions, we want to be aware of that. That's more of an overarousal behavior. We also, sometimes you'll see, obviously the tail will be tucked under. That's anxiousness and fear. Most people can identify that one. But if the tail is stiff and you know that the tail is often loose when it's wagging, watch that wag. The wag can mean arousal as opposed to just happiness. Nice loose wag. Dog has a whole loose body. Fantastic. Oftentimes their mouth will be slightly open. All good things to see. So start watching your dog's body language. That way you can have a better idea of how they're doing. And then you can tell what situations make them nervous. Is it when kids are running around? Is it when you go out to the store? Most people have no idea. And then if their dog gets nervous and snaps, it comes out of nowhere. It's also helpful to know if you come across someone else's dog. Then you can see how they're doing. You'll often also see, everyone can generally identify when there's a lot of white around the bottom of the eyes. That's also a whale-eyed dog, is cowering away from you, whole body is leaning away. Generally that means that the dog wants to go away from you. Dog wants to go away, often their lips will get pulled back too, so they'll have very long lips. If a dog is a little bit more on the offensive, the lips will generally get pushed forward, so they'll be shorter. If the dog is more on the offensive, they'll also generally lean forward with their body as opposed to back. The ears will generally be pushed forward. Dogs who want to go away, generally the ears will be back. You'll obviously also get dogs who are fear aggressive and they just want to go away, but they will bite before they go away. But this gives you a nice overview of things to look out for. So watchdogs, obviously try not to put them in situations where they have to use this body language. I never like to see kids who are roughing up their dog, making them super uncomfortable, like I'm harassing Taz a little bit. You saw a little bit of a whale eye there, little bit of a lip lick, but I never want to allow kids to roll over dogs, handle them in ways that they aren't comfortable. People love to grab their dogs and kiss them on the faces. Some dogs it's okay, and some dogs get really, really uncomfortable with it. So try and be smart with how you interact with dogs, and if you see other people interacting with dogs in ways that are inappropriate. Obviously, we don't want anyone bit, and we don't want dogs to be put in situations that they shouldn't be. So I hope that helps, and have a great night.